The United Kingdom's Ministry of Defense latest intelligence update on Ukraine, September 9, 2023. Ukrainian forces have made notable advances against Russian defensive positions east of Robotyne. Ukrainian infantry continue to slowly gain ground and weaken Russian units through attrition warfare in this area. Additionally, Ukraine has maintained constant pressure on Russian positions south of Bakhmut, achieving gradual territorial gains between Klishchiivka and Adriivka. It appears highly likely Russia has pulled forces from elsewhere on the front line to reinforce degraded units around Robotyne. These troop redeployments are probably limiting Russia's capability to launch offensive operations along other sectors. The repositioning of Russian forces is also a strong indicator that their defensive lines are under duress, especially around Robotyne. Ukraine's Armed Forces General Staff Update. Day 563 of Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine continues. There were 26 engagements between Ukrainian and Russian forces today. Russia conducted 2 missile strikes, 29 airstrikes, and over 14 MLRS attacks against Ukrainian positions and civilian infrastructure. Northwest Volenpolisia, no significant changes. North-northeast, Sivershchina Sloboshanshina. Russia carried out airstrikes near Ambernay and Budarkiv in Kharkiv Oblast. Over 20 settlements were shelled by artillery and mortars, including in Chernihiv and Sumy Oblasts, East Kupiansk axis. Russia hit Sinkivka and Kislivka in Kharkiv Oblast with airstrikes. Kislivka and Kucherivka in Kharkiv Oblast were shelled. East Lyman axis. Ukraine repelled Russian attacks near Berestov. Russia struck Bilohorivka in Luhansk Oblast and areas in Donetsk Oblast. Over 20 settlements were shelled. East Bakhmut axis. Ukraine continues holding back Russian offensives near Orahovo-Vasilivka, Bodanivka, and Klishchiivka. Russia hit Klishchiivka and Andriivka. Over 20 settlements shelled. East Avdiivka axis, over 10 settlements shelled, including in Donetsk Oblast. South Marinka axis, on September 8, Ukraine repelled 8 Russian attacks near Marinka. Russia struck Krasnohorivka. Over 15 settlements shelled. South Shakhtarsk axis, Russia hit Prikostivka and Zolota Niva in Donetsk Oblast, around 10 settlements shelled. South Zaporizhia axis, Russia struck near Robotyne, over 20 settlements shelled, including in Zaporizhia Oblast. South Kherson axis, Ponyativka and Sadov in Kherson Oblast shelled. Ukraine continues counteroffensive operations near Melitopol and Bakhmut, gaining ground south of Robotyne and Klishchiivka, consolidating positions. The Ukrainian Air Force conducted 8 strikes against Russian troop equipment concentrations. Ukraine also struck 5 Russian artillery systems and 1 anti-aircraft system. The Institute for the Study of War, Russian Offensive Campaign Assessment. On September 9, Ukrainian forces made confirmed advances along the Donetsk-Zaporizhia border area and in western Zaporizhia Oblast. Geolocated footage shows Ukrainian troops progressed northwest of Novomayorsky along the Oblast border, where Russian sources report intense fighting lately. Additional footage confirms Ukrainian gains northeast and east of Novoprokopivka and west of Verbov in western Zaporizhia. The Ukrainian General Staff stated Ukrainian forces achieved unspecified successes south of Robotyne in southern Zaporizhia. A Russian military blogger claimed Ukraine forced Russian withdrawals from Andriivka southwest of Bakhmut, calling it a contested gray zone. Ukrainian officials also reported unspecified successes south of Klishchiivka. The Institute for the Study of War key takeaways today. Ukraine asserts its right to strike Russian strategic and military targets. Ukrainian intelligence chief Vadim Skibitsky reiterated Ukraine's justification for hitting critical Russian assets. Russia's war distorts its domestic politics. Even minimal pre-war political competition is suppressed as regional governments focus on generating resources for the war. Russia refuses to rejoin grain deal, seeking maximum concessions. Russia believes feigned international support for its demands provides negotiating leverage. Russian forces conducted offensive ops along several axes. Gains made in some areas, including near Bakhmut, Zaporizhia, and the Donetsk-Zaporizhia border on September 9. Russia manufactures legitimacy for occupied area elections. Occupation authorities continue efforts to create a facade of legality around upcoming votes in occupied Ukraine.